Chaston Goda, Chase Ames, Hudson White Knight, and Ronnie Folks.
Harker Heights has won the toss. They've elected to defer to the second half. Dripping Springs will receive the opening half kickoff. Guys, shake hands.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to FCA Night. FCA, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, is a campus organization where sports and faith come together. Thank you for attending tonight's game. Pass completed to number 3, James Montgomery. Tackle by number 0, Corey McMillan. Brings up second down. Number 27, Jaston Goda on the carry. Tackled by number 36, Hudson Hanover. Pass intended to number 2, Cooper Reed, broken up by number 8, Jordan Lonely. Pass intended to number 2, Arshawn Span. The falls incomplete. Brings up second down. Pass completed to number 3, Ryan Taylor. Number 0, Malachi Igaro on the tackle. Number 6, Jalen Mason on the carry. Tackled by number 14, Kyle Daniel.
Loss of 4 there, and Harker Heights gonna elect to go for it. So it's 4th down and a long 6. Wow. Tigers with a 3-man front. They bring heavy pressure. Are throwing out to the left and incomplete. Hudson Hubble never could get.
That pass intended for number 10, Jeffrey Anderson. Falls incomplete. Turnover on downs. First down, Tigers. Pass completed to number 7, Merrick Bloomgren. Number 13, Braden Oliveira on the tackle. That reception's good for a Tiger. First down. Pass completed to number 2, Cooper Reed. Tackled by number 9, Eric Young III. That reception's good for a first down. Pass completed to number 2, Cooper Reed. Tackled again by number 9, Eric Young III. That reception's good for a Tiger. First down. Number 1, Chase Ames on the carry. Tackled by number 97, Roy Dell Kennedy. Pass completed to number 7, Merrick Bloomgren. Tackled by number 13, Braden Oliveira. Brings up third down. Tigers need 1.
There's a man in motion. It's going to be an inside handoff, spin move, and another spin move. Touchdown, Tigers. That's Jason Goda. Spins off the tackler at the line of scrimmage, spins off another one, and takes it in from 8 yards out.
Yeah, it looked like he broke 2 or 3 tackles on the way to the end zone there, Craig. He should have been brought down in the backfield, but Jason Goda, he keeps those legs moving. He's always spinning. He's like a whirling dervish, and he got the end zone. Touchdown.
So 6-play drive goes 46 yards for the touchdown. Major Bettridge, your snapper. There's the hold and the kick, and it's up, and it's good. So your score with 7:30 left in the first quarter, Dripping Springs 7, Harker Heights 0. Stay tuned, folks. You're listening to Tiger Football on KDRP.
Support comes from Austin Community College, helping high schoolers start college early with dual credit classes and workforce career programs.
Tiger Football would like to thank our TPD sponsors, Austin Ridge Bible Church, Dripping IV Solutions, Longhorn Pools, and Shop Haven Boutique Clothing. Appreciate your support of Tiger Football. Back deep for the Knights, number 28, Jakari Simpson. Kicking off for the Tigers, number 37, in French.
That's exactly what you want. And hey, shout out to the Dripping Springs defense too. Let's give them their props. First touchdown of the night, because it certainly helped when they got the Knights off the field on that fourth down play.
There's Ian French putting a leg into it. This one a low line drive. Going to be caught by the return man at the 1. Coming from the right side to the left side. He's hit at the 20 and just dropped right there. There was a waiting Tiger right there. Looked like that. Did you catch the number, Mike? Because that was a nice stop right there.
No, I didn't. I was looking at who was returning the kick. That was Antonio Cardenas, but he had no room at all once he ran into that wave of Tigers.
Oh, we've got it. It was number 13, Trip Wise, with the stop right there. I can see him getting dapped up on the sideline. So great stop by Trip Wise right there. So going to be first down and 10, Harker Heights. They're taking over from their own 20. They turned it over on downs on 4 plays on their first drive. There's a snap swing play out to the right side by Humble, but the defense is sniffing that out, and they've got him out of bounds. Very, very short gain on that right sideline. Don't know if they're going to give anything at all. Going to be second down and either 9 or 10.
And Humble is very, very fortunate that thing wasn't picked off by Gage De Los Santos, who, of course, had a pick six last week, and he could have had one there if that ball had gotten there a little bit later.
So 1 yard gain on the play on the pass out to Cardenas. Got 3 receivers to his left side to Humble, 1 to his right. Running back is on his right side. Ball on the right hash. There's the snap. Back to pass to Humble, looking left, throwing left, and it's going to be caught on this near side sideline across the 30 before he's brought down by about 8 Tigers at the 32.
That was a good route that time by Christian Nobles, who caught the ball. He just found an open space and sat down there, and Humble got him the football.
So give him a gain of 11 and a first down. Harker Heights' first down of the night. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left now for the Knights. Humble's got the snap, back to pass again. 3-man pressure for Dripping Springs. That one's thrown over the hands of the intended receiver and incomplete.
And as much as we talked about the offense prior to the game, Craig, this Dripping Springs defense has been such fun to watch this year, and they're always around the ball. There's always multiple people around the ball, and they're always excited about being around the ball. So they're going to be fun to watch throughout the year.
When Coach C brought it up, you got to keep these guys in front of you and fly to the football. So far, the Tigers doing that. Man in motion left to right. There's the snap. Humble back to pass again. 3-man pressure for the Tigers. Finds a man completed the seam across midfield, across the 40 down to the 35. Humble's able to complete that pass in the seam, and Harker Heights operating in Tiger territory.
What a throw that was, too. And Ryan Taylor, he's his primary receiver, as we mentioned earlier. He's averaging over 20 yards a catch, so he's electric.
33-yard gain on the play. Next play is going to be a handoff off the right side. Nothing doing there, though. Going to be stopped for a 1-yard gain on the play. That last play, though, a gain of 33 for Taylor. So second down and 9 now.
That's their primary running back, I should say, who carried the ball there. That's Jalen Ross. He's averaging 6.2 yards a carry, 14 carries, 87 yards rushing. He's also caught 4 balls, so we'll be calling his name a lot tonight.
2nd down and 9. Swing pass out to the right side. It's caught and breaks a tackle across the 30 to the 29. So another swing pass. That time there's a missed tackle that's going to allow the receiver to get a gain of 5. So it'll be 3rd down now and about 5 for Harker Heights.
You know, early on, Craig, I don't know if you see the similarities or not, but Harker Heights' offense looks a little like Dripping Springs' offense to me.
Very, very similar. 2 backs in the backfield now for Humble. He's got 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Now they motion a man out from right to left. Going to be a swing pass out to the left side. Caught at the 25 across the 30, 35. Fighting for room at 20. Looks like he's knocked out of bounds at the 20-yard line. So give Harker Heights a gain of 11 and a 1st down.
Good job by Ross that time after he caught the ball. Again, he's caught 4 balls in the first 2 games, so he can catch the ball out of the backfield. And also we should mention Harker Heights' offensive line is gigantic. If you look at them, Craig, they're big fellas up front.
5:18 left in the first quarter. Tigers up 7-0, but Harker Heights driving. They motion a man again right to left. Again back to pass. The Humble has a man wide open on the left side, and it's caught. Touchdown, Harker Heights.
Eric Young was wide open. You are right about that. That has to be just a miscommunication or miscoverage. He was simply too wide open for the 20-yard touchdown.
So that play, fade route to the left side, and Young does come in uncovered. So Harker Heights, with that touchdown, pending the extra point, they have the chance to knot it up here. 5:11 left in the first quarter here.
This kicker is Oakley Goins, and I mean, he's got a huge leg.
Bigger kid, too. There's the snap in the hole. The kick is up. And it's no good. So the score is going to remain Dripping Springs 7, Harker Heights 6. Stay tuned, folks. You're listening to Tiger Football on KDRP. Actually, I guess we'll stay here, Mike.
Oh,
So we're going to stay here and talk a little football.
Well, I was laughing. I thought we were going to break. I was getting ready to tell you. I think I put the announcer whamming on the kicker going.
There you go.
Because I was bragging on it. Next thing you know, he's kicking it 45 degrees and missed the extra point. So tell Galen Zimmerman I get credit for that missed extra point.
You know, I was talking with, I'll take care of it. I was talking with Senor Rene Rodriguez, one of our bigger listeners and a teacher at the high school, and he brought up something that I think is worth mentioning is, these Harker Heights kids, predominantly military kids, right? One or both of their parents typically serving in the Army up at Fort Hood, and a lot of times, like, 1 or 2 of those people are out on deployment. And I think, you see these Harker Heights kids, it's military family kids. They tend to go on and serve. And we just want to thank, everyone who's ever served in our military in our country. We owe you a huge debt of gratitude. We appreciate you. We appreciate what you're doing. We appreciate those who are out on deployment right now. Hopefully you're listening to us. We're going to say great things about your kids. So far, the game's 7-6 right now in favor of the Tigers. There is the kick from Harker Heights, going to bounce into the end zone for a touchback.
Yes, and we need anybody who's listening to us, if you're in a faraway place or if you're in a nearby place. Text us, let us know. We'd love to say hello to you, and certainly I echo those sentiments about our military. I've got military throughout the family, and definitely we appreciate all of you.
Absolutely, absolutely. So 1st down and 10 Tigers, their 3rd drive of the night. They're going to start after that touchback on their own 25. And again, that 2nd drive, we saw them on a short field go 46 yards for the touchdown. First time 3 and out. Ball's going to be on the left hash. Tight set here on this left side. There's the handoff, goes to Goda. He's met right across the line of scrimmage. They're going to give him 2 yards, and that's it. So Jason Goda not able to find a lot of running room here early tonight.
No, he had no running room up front. And again, I'm looking at these linemen. I really believe Harker Heights has a size advantage almost, it looks like, up front to me.
Well, one thing I know I talked about with the coaching staff is, we're going to be undersized in a lot of games. Typically speaking, this offensive line, is one of the few places we expect to be bigger than most opponents, but we're not seeing it tonight. It is a very big line for Harker Heights. 2nd down and 8 now for the Tigers. 4:32 left here in the first quarter. Dripping Springs up 7-6. There's the snap. Ames looking left, throwing left, complete to Montgomery on the far sideline. Gain of about 4 on the play. It's going to be 3rd down and 5 now.
Montgomery was used so well and effectively last week, Craig. It'll be interesting to see him going here tonight. You know, Harker Heights saw all that on film, so let's see if we can break loose with Mr. Montgomery a couple of times.
There's a snap, screen play to Cooper Reed on the left side. He's hit at the line of scrimmage and fighting, but he's not going to have enough for the first down. Give Reed about 3 yards, so it's going to be 4th down now and a long 3 for Dripping Springs.
Galen Zimmerman immediately decides to punt the football, obviously at his own 32-yard line. He is a gambler, but he's not that much of a gambler.
Yeah, that's pretty deep in your own territory.
Yes.
So another Tigers, the second Tigers drive stalls out right there at the 30. Nice kick. Wow, Perez gets a leg into this one. Bounces at the 25, takes another Tiger hop across the 20, across the 15. It's rolling. Mike Blackwell is waving at it, and it's going to be down at the 11 is where they're finally gonna kill that punt. So beautiful punt by Perez to flip the field.
You know, most football fans, they don't pay too much attention to those punters, you know, but when you have somebody like Mateo Perez who can do that, that's an absolute weapon when you can kick the ball down there at the other team's 10-yard line and let your defense do its thing.
Absolutely. Shout out to Karen Andrus listening in. Karen, we miss you. And I hope you're doing well, but thanks so much for reaching out. Again, if you're tuning in, let us know, please. All right, 1st down and 10. Knights, they're at their own 11-yard line. They come in with a jumbo set. Only one receiver out to the right. One running back to the right, and then that play's going to be blown dead. Going to be a false start against the Knights. So move them back 5. They're going to go from the 11 to their own 6.
The Knights, by the way, black helmets, black pants, black numerals, gray shirts with red trim. And boy, it's hard to read.
It is hard to pick up the numbers, folks. So we are going to do our best to get those to you. 1st down and 10 Knights. Ball at their own 6-yard line. There's the snap. Handoff to the right side. Running back has room. He's got out into the open field across the 30, 35. That one goes all tackle to the right, and that running back able to explode for a huge gain. Finally brought down at the 40.
And that was Taoto Hizataki. I think I pronounced that absolutely correctly there, Craig. And thankfully for Dripping Springs, Liam Lawson got a handful of jersey, or otherwise Hizataki might have been in the end zone.
Give it officially 29, actually. He was marked down at the 35-yard line. Another inside handoff. Looks like he goes back to Hizataki, but almost no gain. 2 on the play.
By the way, he raised his average per carry with that carry, Craig, and he came into the game averaging 10.3 yards a carry. So 11 carries for 113 yards coming into the ballgame tonight for his hockey.
2nd down and 8, Harker Heights. Ball on the right hash. Ball is at the Harker Heights 37. They need the 45 for the 1st down. There's the snap. We're going to pass out to this left side, and it's caught at the 40 across the 41 before he's brought down.
And I'm telling you, if he throws that ball too many times, he's going to be headed the other way. Kyle Daniel had a beat on it and just got...
Number 6, Jalen Mason on the carry. Dylan Brasher on the tackle. Back deep for the Tigers, number 2, Cooper Reed. Number 4, Taoto Hisataki on the carry. Comes up short. Turnover on downs. 1st down, Tigers. Pass intended to number 3, James Montgomery. Pass completed to number 2, Cooper Reed. Tackled by number 36, Hudson Hanover. Number 4, Lawson Attaway on the carry. Tackled by number 56, Micah Rollins. That run is good for a Tiger. First down. Number 4, Lawson Attaway on the carry. Number 10, Mateo Perez on the run. It's good for a Tiger first down. Touchdown, Tigers. Touchdown, Tigers. Number 2, Cooper Reed, 22-yard TD reception. Touchdown, Tigers. Extra point by number 37 in French is good.
than Friday, so make note of that. Don't show up at the stadium on Friday night. The lights won't be on.
There's the snap. Going to be an inside handoff. Able to push the pile ahead across the 25. Looks like they're going to give him the 30. So gain of 5 on the play. Second down and 5 now.
I believe that was Jalen Mason on the carry. He's only averaging 13.4 yards per carry from the line of scrimmage after 2 games, so that's not too bad.
Very explosive offense for the Knights. Second down and 5. They move the tight end from the right side to the left. There's the snap. So going to be another inside handoff. Met at the line of scrimmage and dropped. Give him a gain of about 1 on the play. So going to be third down now and about 4.
Tigers have done a good job on third down and fourth down against Harker Heights so far here tonight. Let's see if they can get another stop.
So third down and 4 now for the Knights. They're at the 31, going to need the 35 for the first down. 2 receivers to the right, 2 tight ends in the game. Running back to Humble's right side. Ball on the left hash. Tigers show pressure. Back to passes. Humble, he's hit as he's thrown, but he's got a man open, and it's dropped incomplete. Where the receiver had a beat on it, tried to one-hand it at the Tiger 40, but he drops it, so it's going to be fourth down now and short. And I'll tell you what, Humble took a shot on that one.
Christian Noble stuck his hand up out there late, and it was slightly overthrown, probably because the quarterback Humble took a shot after he threw that one correct.
So Harker Heights gonna elect to bring the punt team out. Ball is at their own 31-yard line as they go 3 and out here. Cooper Reed standing at the Tiger 35. There's the snap. Gets a very nice line drive punt away. Reed's going to have to back up at the 30. Now moving to the left side on the return to the 40 before he's stopped. So short gain right there for Reed on that return. Tigers going to take over first down and 10 at their own 40.
Cooper's one of those guys, Craig, when you see him back there getting ready to return a punt, you just wonder when the time bomb is going to go off and he's going to break one, you know?
Well, and he's got just that speed to him. Again, because he's so tall a lot of times, like we've talked about before, sometimes people think he's not moving very fast. I'm like, yeah, he's a long strider.
That's right.
He's got that Randy Moss to him.
Now, he's committed to
Arizona State. We were talking about that.
Right?
Actually, today I got to speak with him a little bit. Graduating early. I'm really excited about going out there. There's the snap. Ames looking to him now, and he's held on that play. Incomplete, but there's going to be a penalty. So they go on the out route to Cooper Reed on the left side, and that's going to be a penalty against the Knights.
Well, the Knights are badly undersized in that secondary trying to cover Cooper Reed. It looked like that was Malik McKnight on the coverage, and Malik is probably a half a foot shorter than Cooper Reed, and he did all he could do, and all he could do was penalize himself and get his team 15 yards further in the hole, but he didn't have a choice because Cooper catches it, then who knows what's going to happen.
So first down and 10 Tigers officially in Knights territory now. At the 49-yard line. This is going to be an off-tackle play to Goda on the left side. Tries to stand up across the line of scrimmage. Maybe falls forward for a yard. So, again, not much running room for Goda.
No, and the Tigers really haven't been able to bust any long runs here tonight so far. Harker Heights, a talented defense. Again, they threw a shutout against Maynard last week, so you know they can play.
Shout out to my beautiful wife, Chantel, for tuning in. Thanks so much for listening, babe. We always love your support. Second down and 9 now for the Tigers. Ball on the Harker Heights 49. Dripping Springs leading 14-6. Wilkinson in motion left to right. Harker Heights brings pressure as Ames is back to pass. Looking deep, throwing deep, has Montgomery. Beautiful catch by James Montgomery down to the 9-yard line. He had to high point that one, and he goes up and gets it.
He really does, Craig. He had to jump up over the defender, Eric Young, who scored the touchdown earlier. Great job by Montgomery. He's such a utility player for these Tigers.
And Chase Ames, another good job standing in the pocket under pressure. Harker Heights again bringing pressure. This is going to be a sweep play to Goda on the left side across the 10, the 5. Touchdown Tigers. Jason Goda takes it in from 9 yards out.
His second touchdown of the night, Craig. This one was much easier. He broke the line of scrimmage, got great blocking up front, and was able to skip himself on into the end zone from 9 yards out.
So Jason Goda's 5th carry, his second touchdown. That one going in from the 9-yard line on that off-tackle play to the left side. Major Bettridge, your snapper. Pete Fredenberg, your holder. Ian French, your kicker.
There's the snap and the hold. Both playing. The kick is up. And it's good. So your new score, Dripping Springs 21, Harker Heights 6. Stay tuned, folks. You're listening to Tiger Football on KDRP.
Supported by Aaron Glass of Central Texas Drilling and
Come join the Fellowship of Christian Athletes for fun, fellowship, and a donut.
Mike Blackwell, Ryan Shue here with you. Tigers again able to use a shorter field. That one they start on their own 40, but after the penalty against Cooper Reed, move it into Harker Heights territory at the Harker Heights 49, and then 3 plays later and 60 yards later, they get the 9-yard rushing touchdown from Jaston Goda. Key play on that one was that 39-yard catch from James Montgomery.
And if I'm not mistaken, Dripping Springs has scored every possession since going 3 and out on the first possession of the ball game. I might be wrong about that.
They had one more punt.
Oh, they had one more punt. That's right, because Mateo Perez punted it way down there.
Yes, that's
10.
correct.
Okay.
So they went punt, 46-yard drive, punt, 43-yard drive, and then 60-yard drive for the touchdown. Trending upward, though, Mike, so that's where you've got it. So.
Yeah. All I know is it's 21 for the Tigers and 6 for the Knights.
So Harker
I do
Heights,
have that correct.
on their 5th drive tonight. They've had a couple 3 and outs, one 4 and out. They're going to start this one from their own 25. Then they had that explosive 80-yard drive. So first down and 10 Knights. Ball on the right hash. Going to be an inside handoff. Now they counter it to the running back across the 30-35. So that play starts out right, goes left. That's Ross, gain of 9 on the play.
Ross did a great job of finding those big offensive linemen and just staying behind them.
A nice little counter, too. He sets up right, works his way back to the left. Humble calling out new signals to his offensive line. He's got 2 receivers to the left, 2 tight ends to the right. Going to be that same play, but this time he stopped in the backfield, so he was submarined right there by that Dripping Springs defensive line.
Yeah, and that Dripping Springs defensive line is so active, and we've watched them play all year long, and they continue to be active, and they don't really pay attention to their height differential.
So 3rd down and very short, about a half a yard for the Knights. Tigers bring a 4th man up to the line of scrimmage. A lot of guys around that line of scrimmage right now. Going to be an inside handoff again. He's met in the backfield, but he's going to be able to fall across the line to gain. They're going to give him just enough for the first down. Looks like he earned it, though. So first down and 10, Harker Heights.
Yeah, I think so. He definitely earned it because he didn't have a whole lot of running room on that play.
So gain of 1 on a play, on that play. First down for Harker Heights. Again, they're on that left side hash, still in their own territory, their own 35-yard line. 2 receivers to the right, 2 tight ends still in. That same counter play as Ross works the opposite of it from left to right. Breaks a tackle across the 45-50, 45-40, shakes a man again across the 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown Harker Heights as Ross shows his explosivity there as he breaks 3 different tackles and gets himself into the end zone.
65 yards, Craig, and he had to get by 1 more defensive back in that Dripping Springs secondary, and after he made that juke and was able to hit the sidelines, he was long gone. You weren't going to catch him.
Well, it looked like he was stopped, too, at the line of scrimmage. Mike goes that it was the mirror of the counter play. This time they go left and cut it back to the right. And looked like he was stopped, kept those legs churning, shed a defender. Next thing you know, he's out in open space. There's the snap of the hold. The kick is up, and it's good. So your new score, Dripping Springs 21, Harker Heights 13. Stay tuned, folks. You're listening to Tiger Football on KDRP.
Communicare is a proud supporter of high school football coverage. From pediatric to senior care and all stages in between, let the experienced and compassionate healthcare team at Communicare be the first choice for you and your family's healthcare needs. Additional services include behavioral health, sports medicine, physical therapy, and orthopedic surgery. Stop by any one of our convenient locations in Kyle, Wimberley, San Marcos, and San Antonio, or visit us online at communicaresa.org.
And by Heart of Texas Eye Care, providing vision care for the families of Dripping Springs, offering laser.
Nope. Stay home, stay home.
Like Roberg Family Dental, Dripping Springs Medical Center, Anytime Fitness, and Danley Properties. Also Capital Farm Credit. We appreciate you and everything you do to help make this broadcast possible. So, Mike, off the air, we were talking.
Let's go, guys. Get them out here. Let's go.
Similar to kind of those early 2000s, late 90s, Texas Tech Mike Leach teams where, all you Longhorn fans out there, you'll know, like, hey, you're just trying to get 2 stops and then just try and score as many points. Because those that always seem like they turned into scores in the 40s or 50s, no matter what, when you were playing Tech.
Right, and of course you throw out kicking a field goal.
No.
You got to score a touchdown every time you get the ball. There's no more field goals in that game against Texas Tech, and you're right, it feels similar right here. And now they're kicking off from the Dripping Springs 45, so there must have been a penalty on the extra point of the touchdown play.
Yeah, I guess there was a dead ball penalty, so ball is spotted at the Tiger 45 for this kick. Goins is just going to squib this one. Goes through the hands of one man. Montgomery missed it at the 10. He's going to have to fall on it in the end zone for a touchback. So that one does get a little squirrely if you're a Tiger fan, but luckily it squirts out of the back of the end zone. Dripping Springs going to take over 1st and 10 from their own 25.
Well, in a big series here for the Tigers, they've kind of lost a little momentum, when the opponent goes 65 yards on a touchdown play. You kind of want to get back in on offense and settle things down, maybe go for a length of the field drive here and get things back in your good graces and regain the momentum that you lost.
Absolutely, and I think too, and this is just a me thing, but it's, if you can go on about an 8-play drive here and just kind of take the air out, kind of turn that momentum back in your favor. But again, Z said it, and I think he gives a lot of freedom to Coach Alpeña, the offensive coordinator in this offense, to say, hey, you got to go do what you do, right? And again, this may turn into a shootout. Looks like there was a penalty against Harker Heights because the ball is going to be at the 30 instead of the 25. So Tigers are going to take over on their own 30. Then they're going to move it over to the left hash. So a lot of marching by these officials right now. They march up to the 30, then over to the left hash. But here we go. 1st down and 10 Tigers. Cooper Reed wide left. Montgomery slot right. Bloomgren wide right. Man jumps though. So we go up from the 25. We go up to the 30. Now we're going to go back to the 25 if it's a false start against the Tigers. A lot going on there.
That was a lot going on. That was a lot like the first week of the season when Dripping Springs had some pre-snap penalties, and Tigers certainly cleaned that up a bit for week number 2.
Yeah.
But it still just drives you nuts. If Galen's kind of like me. If he had any hair, he'd probably pull it out on those kind of
Very
penalties,
true. Same formation for the Tigers. They've got Montgomery slot right, Bloomgren slot right. Bloomgren wide right. This is going to be a delayed handoff. No, it's a quarterback keeper on the read option as Ames across the 30 to the 35. So Chase Ames going to get it back and then some. So gain of about 10. Going to be 2nd down and 5 now for the Tigers.
And Chase doesn't run the ball a whole lot, Craig, but when he does, he's certainly more than capable. He's definitely a good athlete.
Well, they empty Goda out wide left. 5 receiver set for the Tigers. Ames back to pass, finds Montgomery at the 40. He's able to keep his feet to the 42 before they blow the whistle. So James Montgomery again finding a spot in that zone to sit down and get open. 1st down and 10 Tigers.
Perfect route, the perfect throw that time by Chase too to move the chains again.
So gain of 6 on the play. First down and 10, Dripping Springs. Ball at their own 41. 6:55 left here in the second quarter. Dripping Springs leading 21-13. One receiver to the left, 2 tight ends in. There's going to be a sweep play to Goda on the right side. No, it's a play fake, and he's got a man deep. This Ames, we're waiting to see. Incomplete is what they wave it down as. That was Merrick Bloomgren just tiptoeing down that far side sideline, but just out of bounds.
Yeah, that was the old pump and go there, Craig, and he was open, and it was slightly thrown toward the boundary, and so Bloomgren didn't really have a choice. He just kind of followed the ball, and had Chase led him a little more toward the field, I think that could have been a big play. It just got a little out of his control there, leaving his hand.
4 receivers set now. Going to be another screen pass to Reed. He's got it at the 40 to the 45 before he's knocked out of bounds. So gain of about, looks like 2 officially. It's going to be third down and long now. 8, actually give them 7. So 3rd and 7 for the Tigers. Ball at their own 45.
Tigers with all 3 of their timeouts remaining. Good crowd here tonight on the Dripping Springs side. Look at that.
Big crowd for this game, I know. So I think fans were really looking forward to this one after the shootout last year. That's right. There's the snap. Ames back to pass. 4-man pressure. Has time throwing left. Now it's going to be incomplete. Intended for Reed. He's looking for a flag, but he's not going to get it. So it's going to be 4th down now and 7 for the Tigers.
And there's someone else looking for the flag, too, and his name is Galen Zimmerman.
He sure was. He sure was. So 4th down now for the Tigers. They bring the punt team out. In comes Mateo Perez. Now, it's nice when you have Perez as your punter, Mike, because he's, sneakily also the backup quarterback.
Right. I mean, he can do some tricky things. But I'm not ready to talk about that, Craig. I'm still kind of frustrated that pass interference wasn't called. That would have been a first down. That was a big no call there, really.
Yeah, very physical play on the outside, too, so you can tell they're letting them play out there. So Perez standing at his own 30.
That's judicious of you, Craig.
There is a line drive punt. Fair caught at the 18-yard line. Actually, give him the 17. So Harker Heights going to take over 1st and 10 from their own 17.
Corey McMillan, he kind of gave a half-hearted fair catch sign there. He kind of wanted a fair catch, but he sort of kind of wanted to run it back. So he was indifferent. It was like a 45-degree fair catch. Well, they don't really have a kind of fair catch call, do they? You can't do that. You can't tell the ref, well,
no.
Kind of, but give me a minute. Give me a minute.
Wait, let me take a look at it. I'm not entirely sure. No, once that arm goes up, they get judicious about that. Like, hey, no, you're not going anywhere.
That's right.
So first down and 10, Harker Heights. Again, their last drive went 75 yards on that explosive 65-yard touchdown play. There's the snap, delay handoff, left side, and he's got running room. Wow, great job by Dripping Springs. Looked like he had a hole, and that hole just slammed shut. No gain on the play.
It really did. I thought he was going to break free there. I thought he had a hole to run through, too.
So Ross goes nowhere. It looks like it was Kyle Daniel who came in and shut the door on that one. 2nd down and 10. Harker Heights, again, using that 2 tight end formation. Actually have not seen that from them very much in previous games. But leaning on their run game right now. 5:50 left here in the second quarter. Both teams with 3 timeouts left. There's the snap. Back to pass is Humble. Looking deep, throwing deep, and it's going to be overthrown and incomplete. Intended down that left side, looks like for Spawn.
Yeah, that one didn't have a chance to be completed, really. It was well covered in that secondary and thrown out of bounds, so it stops the clock, which is a good thing for Dripping Springs here. They've got Harker Heights backed up inside their own 20-yard line, and they can get a stop here, but it looks like a flag has been thrown against the Tigers of some sort.
So penalty against the Tigers. I'm going to guess pass interference or holding based on what I'm seeing. So that one going to go across the 25 to the 27. So a 10-yard holding penalty against the Tigers is going to give Harker Heights the automatic first down. First down and 10, Heights from their own 27 now. There's the snap. Hubble back to pass again. Has plenty of time. Looking left, throwing left. Incomplete, though. So overthrown on everybody. No flags this time, so it's going to be 2nd and 10.
stops the clock at 5:32. Obviously, Dripping Springs trying to get the stop here, get the ball back one more time. Keep in mind, Harker Heights will get the football coming out of the locker room at halftime.
So 2nd down and 10 Knights, ball at their own 27. They bring in an extra receiver, so now they've got 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, tight end out left, running back to Humble's left. Now they motion the tight end to the right side. Humble's back to pass under a little pressure, throws. This one's caught across the 35, down at the 40. So going to be 1st down and 10, gain of 13 on the play.
That was just a simple little slant pattern there, Craig. That's hard to defend, and Ryan Taylor was able to snare it over the middle and make the catch.
So 1st down and 10 Knights, ball at their own 40-yard line. 5:15 left to play here in this second quarter. Again, Dripping Springs leading 21-13. They motion that tight end from left to right again. There's the snap, fake the handoff, and another deep pass. Receiver has room, but it's incomplete, overthrown by everybody. Good coverage right there by Lawson as that ball goes out of bounds.
And Hudson Humble, I don't know what his numbers are here tonight, Craig, but certainly his numbers were off the charts the first 2 games of the season. But tonight, he really hasn't found his throwing rhythm. I think Dripping Springs has done an excellent job in pass defense against him so far.
Yeah, 9 of 15 so far for Humble. He's a very high percentage guy, so floating just around that 55-60% range. 2nd down and 10 now, Knights. There's the snap. Humble got the snap, throwing left. No, going to be a screen play out to his right side, complete across midfield, 50, 45, 40. He's got one Tiger to beat, but knocked out of bounds at the 30. As that screen play goes for a big gain. Kyle Daniel defensively able to knock the receiver out of bounds.
That was Arshawn Spann on the catch there, Craig. The catch and run. He caught the ball pretty close to the line of scrimmage, but he was able to navigate his way down the field. That's a big play for the Knights.
Another explosive play. That one goes for about 35 yards. Man in motion right to left. There's the snap. Handoff to the right side. Short gain. Going to give him about 3 yards to the 25.
And again, with Harker Heights getting the football coming out of the locker room at halftime, they're trying to do the whole 2-for-1 thing here now with 4:35 left to play in the first half. They'd love to run this clock down, score, and then get the ball again coming out of the locker room at halftime. And obviously, the Tigers want just the opposite of that.
3 receivers to the left, 2 backs in. It's going to be a handoff, looks like to Ross across the 25. I'll tell you what, every time he touches it, I get a little nervous, but he's dropped. Gain of about 2 on the play. Going to be 3rd down now and 5.
Well, I get nervous too until I look up and I see that it's Colton Hanson on the tackle. And
there we go.
Once he gets his hands on you, you are tackled.
So 3rd and officially 6 now for the Knights. They're going to need the 19 for the 1st down. They've got it at the 25 right now. Humble telling his line a call. He's still got that Twins backfield with him, 1 to either side, 2 receivers. Got a tight end to his left. There's the snap. It's going to be the handoff to Ross. He's shaking one guy, shaking another, shaking a third, but he's going to be short. I tell you what, though, Mike, it's going to be about 2 yards. It's going to be 4th and 4. They've got a decision to make if you're Harker Heights here.
Well, and they've got a strong-legged kicker in Mr. Satterfield. And let's see if they're going to run him out here and see if he can bang this one through. It would be a little less than 40. No, they're going to spot it right at the 40 is where he's going to try to kick it from.
Yeah, so going to be a 40-yard attempt. Ball on the left hash. Waiting on the snap. There it is. There's the snap in the hole. The kick is up and it's through. It has the distance and it's good. So with that, the new score is Dripping Springs 21, Harker Heights 16. Stay tuned, folks. You're listening to Tiger Football on KDRP.
Support for Dripping Springs Tiger Football on KDRP comes from Half Off Fireworks. Available for hire in
.com.
25 across the 30, 35. Oh, sorry, at the 30 before he's brought down. So Ryder Frost able to get a return across the 25 to the 30. Tigers going to take over first and 10.
Number 26, Ryder Frost
Big
on the
drive
return.
here, to say the very least, Craig. 3:04 left to
Tackle
play
by
in the
number
first
13,
half.
Braden
You've got a
Oliveira. First down,
5-point lead.
Tigers.
You know the other team's getting the ball to start the second half, so very important here for the Tigers to do something positive on this drive.
3 touchdowns and 3 punts so far in the 6th drive. This is drive number 7. Ames has the snap back to pass, looking left, throwing left. That one incomplete.
Pass intended to number 2, Cooper Reed.
Very well covered by Harker Heights there.
Yeah, it was very well covered by a couple of people. I think they're going to keep a couple of sets of eyes on Mr. Reed henceforth.
So Chase Ames so far 12 of 17 on the night with that incompletion. Second down and 10 Tigers. There it's going to go swing pass to the right side, caught by Bloomgren. Short gain on the play, give him about 2 as he goes out of bounds. So going to be second down, third down, and 8 now for the Tigers.
Boy, that's tough for the Tiger offense to get behind the chains like that. Third down and 8. Need a big, big play here.
So 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right for Dripping Springs. There's the snap. Ames back to pass. He's got a man overthrown and incomplete, though. That one intended for number 8, Bobby Wilkinson. And Dripping Springs goes 3 and out. It's going to be forced to punt.
Wilkinson was open, but yeah, the throw was a bit high. And now it'll be up to the Dripping Springs Tigers defense to keep things status quo here. This last 2:49 left to play. And it would also behoove the Tigers to get off a really good punt here. Mateo, if you got your big, strong leg ready, let's put it in use on this play.
Well, Perez with a beautiful punt last time. This one, ball is on the 32. Perez standing at his own 19. There's the snap. Nice snap. Perez gets a leg into it. Going to be a low-line drive. Return man having to step back across the 20. Going to pick it up at the 17 again, actually the 16. And he's brought down as soon as he catches it. So Mateo Perez able to flip the field again. Harker Heights going to take over their own 16.
And that's exactly what Galen Zimmerman wanted Mateo Perez to do right there, because that was huge that he was able to get that big punt off his foot there and pin them back on their own 16 to start this drive.
Yeah, Mateo Perez doing a great job with his legs so far. That's 2 real good boomers.
Earlier, I had mentioned that next week's game's going to be on Thursday, Craig. I failed to mention who the Tigers will be playing. Tigers will be just up the road to play the Johnson Jaguars.
First down and 10 Knights. There's the snap. Going to be a jet sweep to the left side. He's got a little bit of running room across the 30, and now he finds a seam across the 25, up to the 20, almost 6. Looks like they're going to give him the 25. It's going to be second down and 1 now. 9-yard gain on the play.
That's Ryan Taylor, the wide receiver, on the run there. And he's a fun athlete to watch, too. I could see why he's their number 1 receiver. Catches with his hands, runs well, and you can just tell he's a football player.
Well, second down and give him 2 now. As they move him back to the 24. There's the snap. Humble back to pass, looking over the middle, throwing incomplete. He's hit again and knocked down. So that one going to be incomplete. Going to be third down now and 2. By the way, Mike, I did some real quick math there. A 52-yard punt for Mateo Perez on that last one. So, and remember, that's like line of scrimmage yardage, right? So there's so it's impressive. There's the 2-minute timeout, folks. We're going to take one with them. Stay tuned. You're listening to Tiger Football here on KDRP.
Support comes from Hayes City Store and Ice House located.
Foul. Yes. On this last play with the quarterback? No. I did not see it.
Tiger football here on KDRP. Big 3rd down and 2. It's an inside handoff to Ross. Has running him across the 30 to the 32-yard line as he's going to have the 1st down. And again, Ross just very hard to bring down. That Harker Heights offensive line doing a pretty good job moving bodies.
And he was so patient there, Craig. He waited for the hole. He didn't rush up in there, and it paid off as they got the 1st down.
A gain of 7 right there. 1st down and 10 Harker Heights. This is a play fake. Humble throws out to the right side, but through the hands of his receiver, incomplete. 2nd down and 10 now for the Knights.
Next Thursday's game will be played at Craig's old stomping ground.
That's right.
Shelton Stadium over there in Kyle.
Against those Johnson Jaguars. 2nd down now and 10. 1:42 left here in the half. Both teams still have all 3 timeouts. Man in motion for the Knights. They bring a tight end in. Humble back to pass. Deep drop. This one incomplete, though. Intended for Ross on the screen pass. But again, under pressure, so he has to throw off his back foot. Another incompletion. 3rd down now and 10.
And I think Hudson is feeling the heat a little bit. Craig, he got rid of that a little bit quicker than he had to and threw it behind Jalen Ross. I think he's a little skittish back there, because Dripping Springs has really gotten good pressure on him in this 1st half.
3rd down and 10. Colby Hands coming in at defensive end for the Tigers. Will Wright coming out. Tigers bail on coverage, bring 3 in pressure. Back to pass, incomplete. Waiting to see if there's a flag. No flags. That's Malachi Igaro in on the coverage. So 4th down and 10 with 1:32 left here in the half.
How about that? 1:32, and not only that, but Dripping Springs has all 3 timeouts left as well. So you know that Galen Zimmerman and Al Pena are thinking points at this point.
Boy, I guarantee, partner, there's some scheming going on
no doubt
on the whiteboard right there, right now. They're drawing them all up. Okay, here's what I want you to do. So there's the snap. It's low. Punter able to get his foot into it at the 25. Reed's going to have it at the 30. Has a little bit of running room working right to left. Finds a seam across midfield to 50. 45, 40. He's got running room. 35, 30. 1 man to beat. He's at the 20, the 15. Brought down. Cooper Reed answers the bell. It's going to be 1st down and 10 Tigers at the Harker Heights 12.
And we've been talking all year about waiting to see when he was going to break one. Well, there it was, and it couldn't happen at a better time for the Tigers, trying to score one more time in this 1st half. What a return by Cooper Reed.
Cooper Reed finds a seam. He actually catches it on the right hash mark at his own 30. Then he turns it back, and just great blocking downfield as he finds a seam and then cuts it back up that seam, and then just really uses his legs. Had 1 guy to beat, and I will say that the Harker Heights defender did do a good job there. Coach Z right now giving the officials a little conversation. Looks like there's going to be a penalty against the Tigers.
It's going to be holding against the Tigers, and I think that is pertaining to the conversation that Galen Zimmerman is having over here on this home sideline here, because that brings it all the way back. It's a spot penalty, so this thing is going to be brought all the way back to the 45, 47-yard line, 44-yard line of Harker Heights. That's a huge penalty, basically about a 30-yard penalty for the Tigers.
So the flag says that the hold happened at the Harker Heights 34. So yeah, move Dripping Springs back. They're going to be at the Knights 44-yard line with 1:16 to play. Again, Dripping Springs with all their timeouts. Tight bunch formation for the Tigers. Now they motion Bloomgren out from right to left. They have a pass to him on that left side. It's caught at the 40. So give him a short gain on the play. Gain of about 3. It's going to be 4. 2nd down now and 6.
Tigers going up tempo here. They do have 3 timeouts remaining as the clock rolls inside of 1 minute left in the half.
2-by-2 set for the Tigers. They set the screenplay up and fake it. They complete it to Montgomery. 35, 25, 20, 15, 10. 1 man to beat. 5. Touchdown, James Montgomery. Touchdown, Tigers.
41 yards on the touchdown. Craig Montgomery caught the ball, juked one defender, turned it back to go the opposite way and was able to score the touchdown easily after he broke into the secondary. Not going to catch him after he gets in the secondary, Craig.
Well, and I'll tell you what, Mike, great play call by offensive coordinator Al Pena. He faked the screen pass. You know, Tigers been running that screen play over and over again. They faked the screen to Reed over here on the left side, and that brings those defenders up. Montgomery catches it in the seam at about the 30, and he does the rest himself as the Tigers score with 45 seconds left. There's the snap and the hold. The kick is up, and it's good. So your score with 45 seconds left here in the half, Dripping Springs 28, Harker Heights 16. Stay tuned, folks. You're listening to Tiger Football on KDRP.
Financial support comes from Charles Schwab, Independent Branch in Dripping Springs. Financial consultant and branch leader Brian. Information, education, and
Pass complete to number 5, Christian Nobles. Tackled by number 0, Malachi Igaro. Number 5, Christian Nobles on the reception. Pushed out of bounds by number 0, Malachi Igaro. Reception's good for a Knight first down. Number 12, Gage De Los Santos with the interception. Pushed out of bounds by number 6, Jalen Mason. First down, Tigers. Pass intended to number 7, Merrick Bloomgren. Pass completed to number 7, Merrick Bloomgren. Tackled by number 8, Jordan Loney. It's halftime.
The Killeen Independent School District and Harker Heights High School proudly present, with pride, courage, and integrity, the 2025 Red Brigade Band and Avalon Color Guard. Leading the band onto the field tonight are drum majors Gage Cardenas, Octavia Denton, Joshua Duenas, and Benji Saban Contreras. Brass captains are Tim Alvarez, Evan Reed, and Alani Smith. Woodwind captains are Archer Smith, Connor Tierney, and Caroline Vanderberg. Percussion captains are Emily Morris and Connor Winter. And our color guard captains are Aubrey Krager, Lauren Perkins, and Levi Williver. Ladies and gentlemen, joining the band on the field tonight is our award-winning dance team, the Harker Heights High School Crimson Bells. The team is under the direction of Mrs. Amy Drozd. The Bells are wearing red, white, and blue ribbons this week in honor and memory of all the lives lost and affected by the events of 9/11. Our 2025 Crimson Bell officers are Captain Caitlin Reyes, First Lieutenant and Officer of the Month, Destiny Lee, Junior Lieutenant Estela Clas Matos, and Junior Lieutenant Michaela Sexton. Our Spirit Leader of the Week is Izel Raghunandan. And our Rose of the Week is Zoe Bracey. In celebration of our 25th anniversary, the Crimson Bells are bringing back some of our most iconic routines from years past. The Bells will now perform a palm routine to tonight's throwback hit, Take On Me. Let's hear it for the 2025 Crimson Bells. The Red Brigade Band and Avalon Color Guard are proud to recognize our Band Member of the Week, senior sousaphone player Isabella Alvarez. Our Avalon Member of the Week is freshman Amelia Johnson. And our Section of the Week is the Avalon Color Guard. And now for something completely different. And no, this isn't a story that happened a long time ago, nor in a galaxy far away. No, it's a quest of sorts that hasn't even happened yet. And as you see it unfold before your very eyes, you'll realize that the journey is your destiny too. 25 years already? Ah, yes, but that is only the beginning. Join us now as we rep the shield and honor heights. Welcome the Red Brigade Band and Avalon as they present their 2025 show, Neon Nights. Let's hear it for the 2025 Red Brigade Band and Avalon Color Guard. The band is under the direction of Mr. Eric Skinner, Mr. Tyler Claycomb, Mr. Clay Raisler, and Dr. Maggie Landis, with a special thanks this year to our extended staff. Johan Rodriguez, Josh Poling, Colin Wright, Seth McGee, Dan Harder, and Sarah Mueller. As always, we'd like to thank our principal, Dr. George Soldevilla, the staff, the students, and the band parents at Harker Heights High School for all of their support. Follow us on social media and visit us at hhhsredbrigadeband.org. Go Knights!
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my esteemed pleasure to welcome you to the Dripping Springs High School halftime show. Our halftime entertainment, Dripping Springs ISD proudly presents the 2025 Dance Extravaganza. Our 2025 High School Packers sponsors are Van Financial Advisors, Body Lab, Dorothy Butler Law Firm, Heinroth Family, Kathleen McGott Realtor, Lake Point Dental Associates, Life Family Dripping Springs, and Premier Dance Center. And our platinum sponsor of the week is Tan It All. Dancing alongside the High Steppers tonight are DSMS Tigerettes under the direction of Emily Bayer, and SSMS Tiger Bells under the direction of Senna Robbins. High Steppers are joined on the field tonight by the DSHS JV Dazzlers under the direction of Alyssa Wisdom. Dazzler officers are Major Brinkley Zenner, Major Kendall Roberts, Major Amara Mouton, Major Hannah Wingrave, and Colonel Ali Diaz. The High Steppers are under the field direction of Senior Lieutenant Harper Ella, First Lieutenant Haley Darlington, and in the center, your captain, Haley Harrison. High Stepper of the Week is Emmylou Ridenauer. Our Little Stepper special guests are Billy Anderson and Sky Huey. High Steppers are under the direction of Kayla Roper and Alyssa Wisdom. This week, the High Steppers are performing the skirt routine to El Campeón. This week, the Dripping Springs Independent School District lost a wonderfully passionate advocate for the arts and music. Dr. Jessica Gilliam-Valls served as the orchestra director at both Dripping Springs and Sycamore Springs Middle Schools and Dripping Springs High School. Please join the Tiger Band and the entire DSISD Fine Arts Department in a moment of silence. Thank you. And our deepest sympathies to the Dr. Gilliam-Valls family. The Dripping Springs Independent School District proudly presents the Dripping Springs Tiger Band. The Tiger Band is under the direction of Derek Woods, assisted by Brian Mayer, Daniel Cuevas, Matt Ehlers, and Derek Marine. Our Dripping Springs Middle School directors are Jay Larson and B.J. Sager. The Sycamore Springs Middle School directors are Jana Galloway and Lauren Kyleberg. This year's head drum major is Isabella Verholst. Assistant drum majors are Brady Donahue, Grace Bertram, and Bella Hajari. Woodwind captains are Enrique Lizarraga and Gavin McAlpine. Brass captains are Kira McAllister and Jackson Williams. Percussion captains are Evan Murphy, Isla Conroe, and Hannah Stalvey. Color guard captain is Mackenzie Culberson. The section of the week is clarinets. And the marcher of the week is Dylan Argraves. And now, joining the Tiger Band on the field are the 7th and 8th grade band students from Dripping Springs Middle School and Sycamore Springs Middle School. The combined group of almost 400 students will be performing Eye of the Tiger, Bang the Drum All Day, and the Dripping Springs High School Fight Song. The Tiger Band would like to thank their corporate sponsors, bronze sponsors, Austin Armature Works, Laudry Rose, College Wise Pros, Texas Children's Bean Sprout Pediatrics Dripping Springs, Austin CAD Services, and Texas Regional Bank. Silver sponsors, Wild Birds Unlimited, Smith Wealth Management Group, and Dripping Springs Animal Hospital. Our gold sponsors are Jersey Mike Subs, Belterra Village, Williams Communications, Purdue Brandon Fielder Collins and Mott LLP, and Dorothy Butler Law Firm. And our platinum sponsors, Avant Financial Advisors.
Number 2, Arshawn Spann on the return. Tackle by number 5.
With these teams, because all of their skill position players are fast, and they're going to get in the end zone too quick to have those long, time-consuming drives.
Well, and I know if you're Mac Brown and you're talking about explosives, you're going to hate this. Harker Heights with 4, Tigers with 4 of their own. So first down and 10, Knights. Delay handoff to Ross as he stopped at the line of scrimmage. He may not even get back to it. He doesn't. Loss of 1 on the play for Ross as he's tackled back at the 21.
He had 0 room to run on that play, Craig. And you got to believe that the Dripping Springs Tigers coaching staff told them, hey, we need a stop here coming out of the locker room at halftime, and we can really gain control of this game. We're already up 12. If we can get a stop here and do something positive on offense, then we can go a long way toward winning this game.
Second down and 11 for the Knights. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Humble back to pass, has plenty of time. Looking over the middle, deep throwing. Intercepted by Dripping Springs. Tigers pick it off. That looks like that was, I
Interception
believe
number
it was
9.
Colton Tripp.
See, I thought it was
Tripp.
Frank Aceta back there in that
First
second.
That's
down,
Colton Tripp.
Tigers.
Okay, there he
Tripp.
is.
Okay,
Yep.
there he
Colton
is.
Tripp with his second interception on the season. And so Colton Tripp gets the pick. Tigers get exactly what they want coming out of halftime.
Yeah, and the quarterback Hummel, he kind of threw it up there. He was hoping for something good on the jump ball pass, but it didn't happen. And now we'll see if the Dripping Springs Tigers can really go for it here on their first drive.
First and 10 Tigers from their own 46. That one is a pass to the left
Pass
side.
intended to number 2.
Incomplete, intended
Cooper
for
Reed.
Cooper Reed. Just a little low, and it looked like a shortstop trying to corral that in, but he couldn't, so incomplete. Second down and 10 now. Tigers on their own 46-yard line.
By the way, weather update, 82 degrees, very little breeze here at Tiger Stadium.
This one a sweep play to Goda on the left side. Has some blocking. Breaks one tackle into Harker Heights territory
Number
across the
27,
45.
Jason Goda.
Give him the 43. And first down Tigers.
And after all that, he got 11
run is
yards.
good
We
for a
talked
Tiger.
about it at
First down.
halftime about Jason Goda and maybe his presence would be felt more in this second half with the lead. They might run the ball a little more.
Ames has it back already, and it's picked off by Harker Heights. He's got running room 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, brought down. Merrick Blumgren able to run him down at the 10. So Chase Ames throwing out to the right sideline, throws a pick of his own, and trading interceptions. Harker Heights gets the advantage on that one because they're going to have a first and goal.
Braden Olvera was the one who came up with the interception. And what a great job by Blumgren. Here in a few minutes, we might be looking at each other and saying, you know, Merrick Blumgren chasing that defensive back down saves some points there if this Dripping Springs Tigers defense can now buckle up here and hold them out of the end zone.
Well, Chase Ames with his first interception on the season. It's going to be first down and goal Harker Heights.
And what effort by Blumgren.
Oh,
I love watching
absolutely.
plays
Merrick
like that.
Blumgren just superhuman effort because it looked like the defensive back was going to go. And Blumgren's actually blocked a little bit, able to shake the blocker. First down and goal Harker Heights. Ball at the 10-yard line. There's the snap. Hubble back to pass. Looking right. Now he's throwing back to his left at the 10. And Tigers all over that one. He's going to be dropped for a loss.
Boy, and I'll tell you, Liam Lawson, he diagnosed that play perfectly, Craig. By the time the back caught the ball, Liam was already headed toward him like a torpedo and made a great open field tackle.
Loss of 3 on the play. Going to be second down now and goal from the 13. Again, so many changes, folks. I'm having trouble keeping up over here, partner.
28-16 is our score. We've
There's
gotten
the
a request
snap, back
from
to
Darryl.
pass into the corner of the end zone. That one incomplete, overthrown right there. So that one intended, looks like on the right side for Antonio Cardenas. It's going to be third down now and goal from the 13 to Mike. So far, we might be talking about this. So again, your score, Dripping Springs 28, Harker Heights 16. Third down and goal now from the 13 for the Knights. Tigers show 4-man pressure. There's the snap. They bring 5. Hummel going to throw it near the end zone. Incomplete, in and out of the hands of everybody. Good coverage right there by the Tigers. Going to be fourth and goal now. Waiting to see if Harker Heights going to bring out their field goal team.
Looked like Kyle Daniel might have got a hand on that pass, Craig. And sure enough, Merrick Blumgren's effort on that interception definitely saved points for the Dripping Spring Tigers, regardless of whether or not they make this field goal they're getting ready to attempt.
So ball is on the left hash, spotted at the 19. So going to be a 29-yard attempt. There's the snap in the hole. The kick is up. And it's good. So your new score, Dripping Springs 28, Harker Heights 19. Stay tuned, folks. You're listening to Tiger Football here on KDRP.
Support for Tiger Football on
Attention
KDRP
middle school
comes
parents.
from
Middle school
Amy
parents. FCA, Fellowship of Christian Athletes, meets at Sycamore Springs and Dripping Springs Middle School every Thursday from 8:10 to 8:40. 8:10 to 8:40. Everyone is welcome.
And by Anytime Fitness in Dripping Springs, offering 24-hour access to cardio and
Tiger Football would like to thank our gold sponsors, Austin Oral Surgery, Austin Sports Medicine, Bill Bailey Signs, Carter Floors and More, Corridor Title, Frost Fines Group, Specified Water Systems, Stonebridge Health Rehab, Texas Regional Bank, and our restaurant sponsors, Cousin Louie's Italian Restaurant, The League, Flores Mexican Restaurant, Pigpen Barbecue, Torchy's Taco, and Whiskey Ridge.
Kayla's son is Mason Wright, who's a freshman at Dripping Springs. Certainly shout out to those folks. They're out having a good time on a Friday night and listening to Dripping Springs Tigers football. We certainly appreciate it, you guys. We hope we're sounding good for you. Certainly want Daryl to be happy. He's kind of our boss.
I would hope so. There's the kick. Looks like Ryder Frost going to have it at the 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He's got a set 40. He's at midfield to the 45. Cuts across from the left to the right. 40, 35, 30. It's a foot race. 25, 20. Gets a block, but down at the 10-yard line. The Tiger special teams does it again.
How about that? He broke free, got it all the way down inside the 10-yard line of Harker Heights. The perfect time to come up with a perfect return.
First
the
down,
Tigers needed it, and they got it.
Great return right there by Frost as he gets it all the way down. Tigers going to have a first and goal of their own at the 10. Mike, this is chaos here in this second half. So Harker Heights throws an interception. Then Dripping Springs, Chase Ames throws his first interception on the season, gets returned. Looks like it's going to be returned for a touchdown, but Merrick Bloomgren, all heart, all hustle, able to make the stop. That's going to go for a field goal. Then Ryder Frost returns it to the 10, and here we go again. Of course, there has to be a hold against the Tigers, so they're going to move it back to the 25.
Just like in the first half when they got the big punt return from Cooper Reed. But nevertheless, a great play by the Tigers there, and they are chomping at the bit now at the Harker Heights 25.
First down and 10 Tigers. Ball at the Harker Heights 25. They hand this one off to Goda, and he goes nowhere. No gain on the play.
You know, we talked about it at halftime. I told you off the air, geez, I'm tired. I feel like I've played. I think my hammy's a little sore, and I've got a headache and everything else. This has been some kind of a football game.
Boy, it sure has. Tigers take a timeout. We're going to go ahead and take one with them, folks. Stay tuned. You're listening to Tiger Football on KDRP.
Support for high school football comes from AutoNation Chevrolet, offering a wide range of Chevrolet vehicles like the Silverado, the Colorado, and the Equinox.
When at 6:45 p.m., Fields of Faith is a student-led event of worship and testimony. Everyone is welcome. October 22nd. Gates open at 6:45 at the track stadium.
Here in Dripping Springs, the Glass family has served Central Texas since 1902, providing water well drilling, pump service, and well plugging for both homes and businesses. More about their history and services at ctdwaterwells.com.
Welcome back to Tiger Football here on KDRP and the Sun Radio Sports Network. 9 minutes and 22 seconds left here in the third quarter. Tigers leading 28-19. Dripping Springs has a second down and 10 at the Harker Heights 25. Another inside handoff to Goda. He's not going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Give him a loss of 1 on the play. That's going to be third down now and 11 for the Tigers.
And Jason, I believe you said he had 5 carries in the first half.
Yes.
I feel like he's going to get at least 10 in this second half.
Well, 3 already here in this second half. 9 minutes left here in the third. Third down and 11 now for the Tigers again after that phenomenal kickoff return by Ryder Frost. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Going to be a quarterback keeper. And Ames has running room across the 20 to the 15. Beautiful quarterback draw as Chase Ames falls across the 15 to the 14. Give him a gain of 12 and a Tiger first down.
And Chase has had a couple of impressive runs here tonight, Craig. I got a feeling that in the future, perhaps when district play begins, that we'll see a lot more work out of Chase Ames' legs than we have early in the season. He hadn't really showed us much with his running so far, but he can definitely do it, and he will definitely be a weapon.
3 carries tonight for 21 yards for Ames. Now he has the snap back to pass, looking right, throwing right into traffic. It's caught at the 10. So gain of about 4 on the play. That looks like that was Bobby Wilkinson on the catch.
Wilkinson with a great catch there, Craig, in that he kind of did the basketball thing. He kind of boxed out the defender and made the catch. I know an old basketball coach will appreciate that kind of work.
Yes, great blocking out right there. Actually give him a gain of 5 officially. Ball is at the 9. Tigers can get a first down. So it's 2nd and 5. If they get across the 4, it'd be a first down. This one an inside handoff to Goda. He's going to have the first down and then some, almost to the end zone, but just short as he's tripped up at the 3. But gain of 7 on the play. And 1st and goal now, Tigers at the 3.
And you know how the Tigers do here, Craig. When they start seeing that they can get some yardage in between the tackles, they'll keep pounding you until you prove that you can stop it.
Tigers leading 28-19 here with 7:20 left in the third quarter. Another inside handoff. Goda breaks a tackle, but he's not going to break the second one. Gain of about 1 on the play. So it's going to be 2nd and goal from the 2. Tigers bringing in the jumbo formation now.
Yeah, I feel like they're just going to feed the beast, as they say, down here inside the 5. Why not? 2nd down, I mean, you might as well.
So Bloomgren and Montgomery out. Ronnie Folks in. And I know we've got another tight end, can't see it, so that jumbo set for Dripping Springs. Under center's Ames looking left, throwing left, and that one's intercepted as well. Return man's going to have it to the across the 30 before he's run down. That's number 5, Frank Acheta, tackling him, but Chase Ames throwing an interception on that play. Looks like he was looking for Cooper Reed on the slant, and somebody just jumped it, Mike.
Yeah, that was Corey McMillan who jumped in there, and that looked kind of like the Seattle Seahawks play against the Patriots several years ago in the Super Bowl. He was trying to sneak it in there right there at the goal line. The defensive back made a good play on the ball, though.
So 3 of the 4 drives so far here in this second half have all ended in interceptions. Harker Heights taking over on their own 35-yard line. 6:37 left here in the third quarter with Dripping Springs leading 28-19. So far, no score. I'm sorry, 1 field goal in the second half. There's the snap. This is going to be a handoff to the left side. Running back has room. Going to have enough for the first down. Gain of 11, it looks like, up to the 45. So gain of 10 officially. First down and 10, Harker Heights.
Jakari Simpson on the carry off left tackle, and that's his first carry of the night. Pretty impressive.
So gain of 10. Simpson, a bigger back. Going to give it right back to him. Now he's going to work from left to right across the 45-50 before he's knocked out of bounds. So this Harker Heights running game getting started here.
Yeah, it really is at an inopportune time for the Tigers. We got a football game going now, Craig. Not knocking that one in down there at the goal line. Sometimes that takes the wind out of your sails a little bit for a couple of minutes. So hopefully the Tigers can hang on here with the defense until they can get the offense back on the field.
Gain of 9 on the play. Second down and a very short one for Harker Heights as they're in Tiger territory. This one a handoff to the left side back to Simpson, and he's going to have enough for the first down. Brought down at the 41.
I don't know where Simpson has been. He's a senior running back. We hadn't seen him all night, but now it looks like Mark Humble is certainly going to trust him enough to go to his running game a little more often in the second half as well.
Well, there's a timeout on the field. We're going to take one with them, folks. Stay tuned. You're listening to Tiger Football on KDRP.
Support comes from Hayes City Store and Ice House located in Driftwood between Kyle and Wimberley.
Number 28, Jakari Simpson on the carry. Talk about number 93, Major Betridge.
Get the Knights for a penalty there, Mike.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's thrown in the vicinity of holding, as they say on TV all the time, and that's exactly what it is.
A holding penalty against Harker Heights, going to move them back. So it was second down and 5. We're going to move them back 10. Going to be second down and about 15 now for the Knights.
everything gets magnified, you know, in the second half of a really close ball game. Every penalty just makes these coaches crazy.
Second down and 16 officially. Ball at the Tiger 47. They need the 32 for the first down. Two receivers to the right, one to the left for the Knights. Another inside handoff. He's hitting the backfield, but again breaks another tackle in the backfield, and he's going to get close to the first down, just a little bit shy. But I tell you what, these running backs for Harker Heights, I believe that was Ross again, and he's able to get almost all of it back and then some.
Yes, he just gashed them right up the middle in between the tackles.
So gain of 11 for Ross. Going to be third down and manageable now for the Knights. 3rd and 5. So they're at the 36, need the 31 for the first down here in this third quarter. 4:50 left. There's the snap, bobbles a little bit, but now going to be a swing pass out to the right side, across 35-30. Going to have enough for the first down as he's brought down into the near side sideline at the 20, looks like 6-yard line, 27.
That was Ryan Taylor again. We've talked about him all night. He is so dangerous as a wideout for the Knights.
Well, turning into a war of attrition here, partner, late into this Friday night. First down and 10 for the Knights. Going to be a sweep play to the left side, tripped up in the backfield and then dropped. So good job by the Tiger defense flowing to the sideline on that one. No gain on the play, actually loss of 1 on the play. Going to be second down and 11.
And that was Simpson again, and we're getting pretty close to their kicker's range here. Oakley Goins has a big, strong leg. He's already kicked a couple of field goals. I mentioned that because it's a 2-score game currently, so you would think that Mark Humble would certainly be willing to kick a field goal if he had to at this point.
Second down and 11. They give it back to Simpson on the left side. Hit, but he's going to have a gain of about 4. So third down and about 8 now for Harker Heights. Ball at the 28-yard line. They're going to need the 19 for the first down. So call it 3rd and 9.
Goins was kicking and making 50-yarders in warm-ups. From the line of scrimmage currently, it would be just over a 40-yard field goal. Now closer to 43, 44 yards.
So 3rd and 9 for the Knights. 2 receivers to the right, 2 running backs in the backfield. Humble back to pass, looking right, throwing right, has a man, and it's caught for a touchdown. So touchdown Harker Heights from 28 yards out.
Trying to get the number on that receiver. It looks like that was Arshawn Spann, and that just looked like a post pattern, Craig. Nothing fancy, but he was able to get inside release and get some freedom of space in that secondary, and Humble put it right on him.
So 10 plays, 65 yards on that drive results in a 28-yard touchdown. There's the snap in the hole. The kick is up. And it's good. So your new score with 3:22 left in the third quarter. Dripping Springs 28, Harker Heights 26. Stay tuned, folks. We got a barn burner here. You're listening to Tiger Football on KDRP and the Sun Radio Sports Network.
Support for Tiger Football on KDRP comes from Homegrown Farm and Ranch, farm to market grocery store in Dripping Springs with local fresh farm raised meats, dairy.
First 2 drives, 1 interception for Harker Heights, 1 field goal, and then 1 touchdown on that 65-yard drive. That touchdown was 28 yards. Again, complete from Hudson Humble to Arshawn Spann. The Tigers are going to have it, looks like a touchback, so they're going to have it first down and 10 from their own 25-yard line.
Something tells me this coaching staff on Dripping Springs, Craig, probably went to the offensive line and said, we're going to hand you guys the football game. You get in there, we're going to run the ball, we're going to try to gain control of the line of scrimmage the rest of the way.
Well, partner, you may think I'm crazy here, but I'm leaving it in the hands of my quarterback. It's a non-district game.
Sure.
You got a lot of confidence in Ames. It's a great time to settle him down.
Right.
So they're going to go with the handoff this time. Sweet play off to the left side to Goda, and he's chased down. I think he's going to lose yards there.
Yeah, you're probably right. Usually when I think Galen Zimmerman's going to do A. I think Galen hears me subconsciously.
He goes,
and
I'm
says,
going to do B.
I think I'm going to do B.
So second down now and 12 for the Tigers. Two receivers to either side. Ball on this left hash. So pistol formation for Ames. There's the snap, inside handoff. This time he's got a little running room. No, actually a tackle's able to slow him down. One of the defensive tackles got in the way. Looked like Goda had some room, but then he had to cut back. So very short gain on the play. Give him about 3, maybe 4, and it's going to be third down and 8 now for the Tigers.
And a huge play here for Dripping Springs here on third down and 8 here, Craig. They've got to figure out a way to get this momentum back because right now it's on the Harker Heights sideline.
So third and 8, there's the snap, back to passes Ames, looking left, throwing left, has it complete to Ames at the 30, to Ames, has it complete to Goda at the 30, dragging a defender, but it's going to be fourth down for the Tigers. Jason Goda giving everything he's got, but unfortunately it's going to come up about 3 yards short.
They marked him about 3 yards short, you're exactly right now, and the offense still out there on the field.
So give him the extra effort, gives him actually looks like the 34-yard line. So it's going to be 4th and 1 for the Tigers. Dripping Springs leaving its offense on the field. So a very big 4th and 1 right here.
Yes, and a great job by Goda to get that close. Here we go.
So jumbo set for Dripping Springs, Ames under center. There's the snap, goes inside, and he's met at the line of scrimmage. It is going to be a turnover on downs for Dripping Springs.
Boy, and a great job up front by the Harker Heights defensive line there, Craig. They really won the battle because that's what that was. It was just a non-fancy dive play, and certainly Harker Heights did a great job at that line of scrimmage to make the stop. And now you got to put it in your hands in your defense now. You don't have a choice. And let's see how the Tigers do here with their backs against the wall and the momentum completely on the other side of the field.
Yeah, so far 3 drives, 3 turnovers for the Tigers, 2 interceptions and a turnover on downs here in this second half. Harker Heights with 10 second half points. Their last 2 drives, a field goal and a touchdown. 1st and 10 now for the Knights. There's the snap. Running back gets it out to the left side. He's going to have some running room. Going to be a short gain on the play as he gets across the 34 to looks like the 33. So only a gain of 1 on the play.
And you know these defenses have to be wearing down a little bit here tonight because they've been chasing these fast guys all over the field.
Second down and 9. 2 receivers to the right, 2 tight ends for the Knights. So going to be a sweep play to the right side. Now the running back cuts across the 30 before he's brought down. That's number 11 for the Tigers. Colton Hansen on the tackle. Third down now at about 7.
Simpson, the big back, again, did a good job being patient and waiting until his blockers were finished doing their work before cutting it upfield. Another big play by the defense.
Big third down here. 1:25 left here in this third quarter. Tigers clinging to a 28-26 lead. Crowd is on their feet. They put a man in motion from the right to the left. It's going to be a jet sweep. Now he returns back. A defense is all over it. Tigers get the stop. Going to be 4th down now. Great job by the Tiger D.
Yeah, Dylan Brasher got in there first. It looked like Craig. He did a great job and at a perfect time. 4th down and 9. This field goal would be about, 48 yards. And Goins, the kicker, was kicking them that long in warm-up, so we'll see.
So Harker Heights electing to leave their offense on the field.
Yeah.
Tiger players waving their arms up, getting the crowd on their feet. It is 4th down and 9 for the Knights.
Biggest play of the night so far.
30 seconds left here, 6 seconds on the play clock. 4-3. I think Harker Heights going to take the delay of game here. Nope, they call a timeout. So timeout Harker Heights with 26 seconds left in the third. Stay tuned, folks. You're listening to Tiger Football on KDRP.
Support for Tiger Football comes from Main Design Print Company.
Coming out of this timeout, 4th down and 9. It looks like they're bringing their offense out on the field. So they've got 2 receivers, 1 to either side. They've got 2 running backs. You got the Harker Heights running backs waving at the Dripping Springs fans to get the crowd riled up. Tigers show blitz, they bring it. It's going to be a pass. Humble looking for the end zone. Great coverage right there, incomplete, but they're going to throw a flag. So they're going to get one of the Tigers' defenders on that flag. It's going to be pass interference against Dripping Springs, which is going to result in an automatic first down.
Well, and no argument from Dripping Springs there, Craig. So there was definitely contact down there in the end zone, and they drew up the right play there. You know, half the time when you draw up that play, you half expect and hope for pass interference because your chances of getting pass interference probably a lot higher than catching the ball. So that's tough luck for the Tigers defense. They had it well covered.
Well, Humble takes that shot into the end zone and gets the penalty flag. Now they start 1st down and 10 from the 19-yard line, actually the 17-yard line on that penalty. Man in motion left to right. They're going to fake the jet sweep, and then they're going to run a draw play, but that one's sniffed out as well. Great job by the Tiger defense, able to get the stop. No gain on, actually loss of 2 on the play, back to the 20.
And that looks like that's going to be the last play of the 3rd quarter here too, Craig.
And it is, folks. That's your 3rd quarter. Your score, Dripping Springs 28, Harker Heights 26. Folks, we got ourselves a good one. Stay tuned. You're listening to Tiger Football on KDRP.
Support comes from Austin Community College.
The Dripping Springs Tiger Band will be hosting Thunder in the Hills Drumline Contest tomorrow. Please do not leave your vehicle on campus overnight. The contest begins at 10 a.m. with 33 teams from all over Texas competing. Tickets are available at the door. Remember, do not leave your vehicle on campus overnight. Go Tigers.
Wonderful engineer Ryan Shue. We were just talking about off the air. You know, Tigers trying to give Ryan one heck of a send-out party, not letting him stay relaxed at all.
That's right.
As Dripping Springs not having the best of 3rd quarters, right? But that all changes here in the 4th. It's going to be 2nd down and 12 for Harker Heights. Ball is on the Tiger 19. Dripping Springs still with the 2-point lead, 28-26.
And Tigers have them behind the chains here. Craig, let's see if they can keep them there.
So move the tight end in motion. Humble going to roll out. Now it's a reverse. Tigers chasing it down, but they're going to have to get the sideline drop. What a great job right there by Dripping Springs. They're going to drop him for a big loss.
Big time loss trying to get the number there in that backfield. Made the one-on-one tackle. I'm getting the name, and it's Dylan Brasher. Of course, I should have just said Dylan Brasher. Why did I have to look it up? He makes big plays all the time.
Dylan Brasher runs down.
It's 3rd
Ross right there on the reverse play. 3rd down and 17 now for Harker Heights. Ball is on the 24-yard line. Waiting for the snap. Stack set. There's the snap. Tigers bring pressure. Humble's throwing. This one's caught but he's not going to have the first down, and there's a flag in the backfield. I really hope that's not going to be roughing the passer, because Humble got absolutely lit up on that play.
Well, the catch was made by Arshawn Spann, who had the play a moment ago. He really did get hit there.
So we're going to stay here. There's a timeout on the field.
But no one's walking backwards, and that's usually the indicator if it's...
It looks like it's going to be a hold. Yes, it's going to be a holding penalty against Harker Heights. The Tigers are, I think they're going to elect to take it. So instead of fourth down and about 4, it's going to be third down and probably somewhere close to 27, partner.
Boy, what a huge penalty that would be, because that would take them out of field goal range.
Exactly. So Tigers elect to bring the pressure right there. Great call by Coach De Los Santos. Really kind of that, you see this a lot with that zone blitz. You bring 6, right? And you just kind of back everybody else up in umbrella coverage, hoping that he's got to throw underneath the coverage. And again, Humble having to throw off his back foot. Makes a great pass, but he gets rocked right there, and it's going to be third down now and 27 for Harker Heights. Ball is at the 34-yard line, and they're going to need the 7 for the first down.
Well, 7 for the, they've got to get to the 7 for the first down, but I think that Mark Humble, their head coach, is probably realistic enough to know that he's probably not going to go from the 34 to the 7.
No.
But he wants to get enough yardage for his kicker because it's a 2-point game.
That's right. So looking probably to get somewhere around the 25, I would think.
Yes,
about a 35-yard field goal. Now, the field has flipped. The little bit of wind there is would be at the kicker's back. There's the snap. This is just going to be a sweep play to the right side, and Tigers able to stuff it, no gain. And now I don't know if he's going to have a chance at a field goal. This would be a very long one.
Yeah, it would be 50, maybe a 51-yarder. And again, he was practicing from that distance prior to the game. But you almost have to kick the field goal here, Craig, because it's 4th and forever. Heck, you got to get to Round Rock to get the first down.
Yeah, so 4th down for Harker Heights.
And they are going to try to kick it, and they're going to mark it right at the, 41-yard line? Going to be a 51-yard field goal to take the lead.
So,
wow, how about this?
If you're the Tigers, be ready for the fake. Ball is spotted at the 41. Will be a 51-yard attempt. This would give Harker Heights the lead. There's the snap and the hold. The kick is up. It's away. It's going to have the distance, but it hits the upright. No good.
Hit the left upright, Craig. He had plenty of leg. He boomed that one, but it was low. It was about halfway up the upright. That upright went back and forth. He had some speed on that kick, but no good. How about that?
Well, Oakley Goins, we saw him in pregame. He was booming some 58-yarders. He definitely had the leg. That thing hit way up on the upright, but that kick is no good. Tigers survive with 10:03 left here in the 4th quarter. Dripping Springs going to take over. First down and 10. Ball is at their own 34-yard line.
Man, that thing exploded off his foot, didn't it? You could tell immediately it had enough distance.
First down and 10, Tigers. Draw play goes to Goda. He's going to have a short game, but again, not much doing for Jason Goda. 1 yard right there, and it's going to be 2nd down and 9, Tigers.
I'm just trying to breathe.
I know, partner, I know.
My goodness, what a game we've seen, back and forth, ebb and flow.
So Jason Goda, 8 carries so far in this second half, but unfortunately not a lot of running room. He had that one 11-yard run. Now they put Montgomery in motion from the right side to the left. There's the snap. Back to passes. Ames throwing it incomplete. That one intended for Barrett Bloomgren, but he was well covered. So 3rd down and 9 now for Dripping Springs.
And Craig, I'm just going to say this. Watching Harker Heights, I feel like they're a 2 or 3 games into the playoffs team. I
tell you what, they look like it.
Playing pretty late this year.
Well, we brought it up in the pregame show. You know, Harker Heights, 3 straight district championships. We saw that last year, that this is kind of a similar game. Dripping Springs a little bit more control of the game last year. This one a little bit closer. But you know you've got a good non-district test here. 2-by-2 formation for the Tigers. Now they motion Wilkinson from the right side to the left. There's the snap for Ames. Good protection. Throws this one, and it's incomplete as well. So going to be 4th down now. That pass intended for number 3, Montgomery.
And I don't know what Harker Heights did at halftime with their defense, but they've really come out in this second half and played tough against the Tigers on that side of the football.
So,
they've done a great job.
Absolutely. 3 and out for Dripping Springs as they gain 2 yard, actually 1 yard net right there. That's going to be 4th and long. They bring out the punt team. Mateo Perez lined up at his 21. Great snap. There's the punt. And again, this one kind of checks up at the 30, actually at the 28, and it's going to go out of bounds. So a little bit higher, a little bit less of that boom on that one, but Mateo Perez not letting anybody return it as that one goes out of bounds.
Well, this kind of reminds me sort of the feeling you have when you're watching March Madness basketball late in the game.
Back and forth.
Every possession is important, and that's where we're at this game here tonight. This is the kind of situation where this is why you love high school football.
Absolutely.
It's
Absolutely,
a 2-point game.
partner.
There's 9 minutes left. The weather is perfect. Everybody's on their feet. Let's go, man. If you can't get your juices flowing for this, then you don't have a heartbeat.
First down and 10, inside handoff. Running back's going to have a little bit of running room. Found a crease, but he's not going to have much. Gain of about 4 on the play. Second down and 6 now. Actually, give him 5. So it'll be 2nd and 5 for the Knights.
These defenses, I have a feeling they're just playing primarily on heart at this point because you know these kids are exhausted.
2nd and 5 for the Knights. There's another inside handoff met in the backfield, but he bounces off a tackle, bounces off another one. Going to be a gain of, looks like they're going to say no gain. No, gain of 1 on the play. So gain of 1 on the play. 3rd down and 4 now. Harker Heights has it at their own 34. They're going to need the 39, actually 38 for the first down. So 3rd and 4. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Twins backfield for Hudson Humble. 3 down linemen for the Tigers. Now Humble's walking up to the line of scrimmage, changing the play. Tigers secondary discussing some things. There's the snap. Going to be a sweep play to the left side. Met in the backfield again by the Tigers and dropped. So Dripping Springs defense all over that one again, and 4th down for the Knights.
Yeah, and it's 4th and long here. They don't have a choice. They've got to punt this football away now.
So 4th and 9 from their own 30. 4th and 8 from their own 30. Harker Heights bringing out the punt team. So talk about it. This Dripping Springs defense has answered every question in this 4th quarter. They've had to really hold up, and hold up they have. So the punter's got it at the 18. He's standing at the 18. There's the snap. Going to get this one away. Nice punt. That bounces at the 20. Cooper Reed going to catch it at the 15. A little stutter step to the 24 before he goes out of bounds. Let's see where they spot him. They're going to say out at the 23. So Dripping Springs desperately looking for some offense to finish this game off with 7:15 left to play. They're going to have 1st down and 10 from their own 23-yard line.
And you've watched football forever, just like I have, Craig, and we've had all these big explosive plays, and all I can think of right now in my mind is the picture of Merrick Bloomgren running down that interceptor and turning a touchdown into a field goal.
Boy, it takes 4 off the board right there. And right now, that 4 is huge. 1st down and 10 Tigers. There's the snap. Going to be a keeper right there. It's Mateo Perez, and he's got running room across the 30, out of bounds. He's going to be close to the line to gain. They're going to say 9 officially. There's going to be a timeout on the field. We're going to go ahead and take one with them, folks. Stay tuned. You're listening to Tiger Football on KDRP.
Support for Dripping Springs Tiger.
pass completed to number 8, Bobby Wilkinson.
To Wilkinson as Mateo Perez able to find his man.
Great tackle by Jordan Loney, but the most important thing is that Wilkinson got the first down, and the clock continues to roll here with Dripping Springs nursing this 2-point lead with 6:45 remaining.
So first down and 10 Tigers, ball at their own 42. Again, Mateo Perez having checked in at quarterback. There's the snap. Keeper for Perez has a seam across midfield at the 45 before he's brought down. Mateo Perez doing it with his arms. Mateo Perez doing it with his legs. First down Tigers.
And what a weapon it is to have a quarterback like Mateo Perez who can come into the game and immediately make an impact. 2 big runs on this drive by Mateo Perez.
So 23 yards rushing on 2 carries for Perez. Had that nice swing pass to Wilkinson. Now they bring pressure. Another keeper by Perez across the 40 down to the 38. You know, partner, this is one of those things. I wonder if Harker Heights planned on some QB keep action, because right now it doesn't look like they did. 5-yard gain on the play.
Yeah, and you know how Galen Perez and Alpino are. When they see things that work, they keep it up, man. They're going to keep pounding you until you stop it. And so far, they haven't been able to stop it on this drive.
5:45 left in the game. There's the snap. Perez looking left, throwing left, has a man, incomplete. I am really surprised. There's a flag. I was about to say, if there's not a flag on that play, I may go down on the field, partner.
No doubt. Cooper Reed went down. They threw the flag, and picture-perfect drive so far for Dripping Springs.
So Perez throwing to Cooper Reed on that fade route and just kind of outside the grass, but Reed basically drug down before he can complete it. So that pass interference going to be 15 yards and another Tiger first down.
Well, he's just so dang tall that a lot of times these poor DBs, I mean, they're in high school. They're not 6 forever like Cooper Reed is, and that's their only option when they're going against Cooper Reed.
So first down and 10, Dripping Springs. Ball's going to move all the way up to the, let's see. They started at the 21, they moved it back. Looks like it's going to be first down and 10 at the 24-yard line. Again, Tigers at the Harker Heights 24, knocking on the door of the red zone. First and 10. This one going to be another keeper by Perez. Harker Heights able to sniff that one out as he's going to be dropped for a loss. Loss of 1 on the play.
Second down and 11 now, and Perez has taken the controls for the entire drive here tonight.
5:25 left in this game. Clock is winding down. Tigers hanging on to that 28-26 lead. Touchdown makes this one a 2-score game, though.
Boy, what a great blessing it is as a coach to have 2 quarterbacks you know you can win with. Not just play with and survive with, but win with.
All right. 2 tight end formation. Now they motion Bloomgren from the right side to the left. There's a snap swing pass to Reed. Going to catch it behind the line of scrimmage. Has a seam. He's going to have the first down as he lowers the boom and lowers his head. Give him a gain of 11 and a Tiger first down.
And Merrick Bloomgren with a great block in that left flat to screen Reed down there. They're in the red zone now, knocking at the door with 4:50 left.
So ball is at the 14-yard line as Cooper Reed on that screen pass is able to go for 11 and the Tiger first down. Great play call right there and great blocking downfield. Tigers taking their time. 13 seconds on the play clock. 4:50 left in the game. Clock is not running again. Dripping Springs with that 2-point lead. Ball on the left hash. Now Mateo Perez changing the call. He's got Goda in the backfield with him. Now there's a timeout. So Dripping Springs didn't like what they see. Timeout, Tigers. We'll go ahead and take one with them. Stay tuned, folks. You're listening to Tiger Football on KDRP.
on Highway 290 eastbound, just past Circle Drive. Appointment bookings online at BrobergFamilyDental.com.
This is KDRP LP Dripping Springs, 103.1 FM, broadcasting free and live worldwide at KDRP.org, playing the best music under the sun.
Dripping Springs first down and 10 at the Harker Heights 14. They have the 2 tight end set, 2 receivers. There's the snap. Going to be a straight quarterback keep to the left side. Perez, not much running room, maybe a yard as he's knocked out of bounds.
Far sideline stops the clock at 4:45. Obviously, Tigers already in Ian French's field goal range, but again, we were talking about it at halftime. You assured me that 6 points is more than 3
That
points.
is, yes. We did the math, and the Aggie and me said it. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left for Perez. Now he's changing the play at the line of scrimmage. They move Goda to his left side out of that pistol formation. There's the snap. Going to be another quarterback keeper by Perez. Not much doing though. Second down. It's going to be 3rd and 9 now. So 1 yard gain on the play.
That's just a huge play here, Craig. 3rd down and 9. Tigers did a good job getting down here in the red zone, but it gets so much more condensed.
Yes,
the
it
closer
does.
you get to the goal line, the yardage is a lot more hard to come by.
So clock is running. 3rd down, and actually we're going to say 10 there. They give him no gain.
Chase Ames back in the game.
Ames is back at quarterback, takes the snap, looking for the end zone, throwing into the end zone. Incomplete. So it's going to be 4th down now for the Tigers.
Some contact, and Cooper Reed believed that probably there was a little too much contact. He gave a little slight argument, not too bad, and now they're going to run Ian French out there, I believe.
Yeah, so Tiger kicking team coming on. French going to have the ball, looks like spotted at the 20. So going to be a 30-yard field goal attempt. Again, Major Bettridge, your snapper. Pete Fredenberg, your holder. Ian French, the kicker. Ball on the left hash. There's the snap of the hold. The kick is up. It's got plenty of room. And it's good. So your new score with 3:53 left in the game. Dripping Springs 31, Harker Heights 26. Stay tuned, folks. You're listening to Tiger Football on KDRP and the Sun Radio Sports Network.
And by Homegrown Farm and Ranch.
College. Also, thank you so much to Communicare Healthcare Centers, Pertinalis Electric Cooperative, and Auto Nation Chevrolet. Hey, shout out to former Tiger QB Maddox Marr just texting in. Saying we've got ourselves a close one. Maddox, I'm nervous, buddy. I'll tell you right now, this Tiger defense is going to need to stop. But you know what? We've got faith. So again, Maddox Marr out in San Angelo at Angelo State playing football for the Rams.
The Rams.
There's French's kick. It's going to be returned, and he's hit inside the 10 at the 8. Tiger special teams coming to play. Return man elects to bring it out 1 yard deep, and he's going to regret that as he's only gotten up to the 8-yard line.
And that was Jakari Simpson, who's been playing running back throughout this second half. He caught it. He was a full 3 yards into the end zone, Craig.
Yep.
And, you know, he was just excited. He wanted to bring that thing out. But sometimes you need to kind of tap the brakes on your excitement at certain points.
Well, and that's that head and heart thing, right? Sometimes you know, you're like, I can do it, right? And then something like that happens.
I would have done the same thing, man.
Oh, yeah. Let me set the stage for you, folks. There's 3 minutes and 48 seconds left to play. Harker Heights has 2 timeouts left. They've got a 1st and 10 from their own 8. There's the snap. Humble looking to pass, throwing, has a man, but it's dropped. Great job by the Tiger coverage. Receiver looked like he had it, but then he was payad at the 20.
Yes, and initially it was Colton Tripp who knocked the ball loose, too. He had really good tight coverage.
Great job by Colton Tripp. Interception on the night as well. Second down and 10 now. Actually, ball is officially at the 10 for Harker Heights. They got two receivers to the left, one to the right. Twins backfield. There's the snap. Humble back to pass. Tigers showing pressure. Humble trying to throw over the top. Has a man, but overthrown and incomplete. Good coverage right there by Igaro. And it's going to be 3rd and 10 now for Harker Heights as they're backed up at their own 10 with 3:37 left to play in this game.
Igaro was step for step, too. He was covering that receiver about as tightly as you can.
Well, Tigers bring pressure again there, and Hudson Humble able to hang in the pocket, but just overthrows that receiver. Again, great coverage by Igaro on the outside. So 3rd and 10 now, 3:37 left in the game. Again, Dripping Springs hanging on to this 31-26 lead. Big 3rd down. You think Harker Heights is going to have to punt if they don't get the first down here. 2 receivers set. Twins backfield for Humble. Tigers have 4 down linemen down. There's the snap, and it's going to be a little jet sweep action, but he's not going to have the first down. Very short gain, maybe 2 yards on the play. So this Tiger defense, yet again, Mike, able to withstand and force a punt.
Well, they're going to punt the ball away with 3 minutes and change left. I'm semi-surprised they're punting the ball away. I guess
I think from your own 12-yard line, I don't think you got a choice, partner. You got to play the clock. They've got the 2-minute timeout, so playing the strategy. They've got 2 timeouts left, but, if you're the Tigers, you got to love this. So punter standing in his own end zone. Cooper Reed standing at the, looks like 45, but then there's going to be a flag down, procedure penalty against Harker Heights. Wow, that's going to move him back from the 13 inside the 10. Tell you what, if you're that special teams coordinator, you get a little bit nervous when you move your punter that far back in the end zone.
No doubt, and you got Cooper Reed standing at Harker Heights' 45-yard line ready to receive the punt, and he's so very dangerous.
So Reed, again, standing at the 45, working his way up a little. Waiting for the snap. Punter standing in the middle of the end zone. He's got it. Tigers set up the return, so it's a low-line drive to Reed. He's going to have to backpedal. He's going to pick it up at his own 30. Now he's up to the 32, trying to cut back across to the 40, 42-yard line before he's met by a host of Harker Heights Knights and out of bounds. So they're going to give him the 40 officially. First down and 10 Tigers. Ball at their own 40-yard line. 2:30 left to play. Let me do some math here, partner. So
okay, do it.
2-minute timeout.
Yeah.
Right, that's going to be 1. So that would get that. And then they've got 2 timeouts. I'm going to go ahead and say, I know for a fact 2 first downs will end it.
Right.
1 may end it depending on when they get the first down. So, you go this play. This one's going to go to the 2-minute warning, or it's going to go to the 2-minute timeout, or Harker Heights elects to take a timeout.
Well, I was going to say
that's going to leave them 1 left. So basically, they got 3 times they can stop the clock with 2:30 left. Again, Dripping Springs up 31-26.
That's the most important.
Yes,
part
this has been a war of attrition here. First down and 10, inside handoff, actually swept outside. Goes Jason Goda. He's able to fall ahead and stay in bounds. Give him a gain of 3 on the play officially. Second down and 7 now. And it looks like Harker Heights going to elect not to take a timeout. So the clock is at 2:10. It'll wind down to the 2-minute timeout. Again, that 3-yard gain by Goda is going to make it second down and 7. And I tell you what, folks, there is that 2-minute timeout. We're going to take one with them. Stay tuned for the final 2 minutes of football. You're listening to Tiger Football on KDRP.
Support comes from Hayes.
Both of them. Timeouts left. This is important. I have Harker Heights 2, Drip 1.
And they are the team that is down.
Come here and talk. I can't hear what you're saying on the mic, dude. What's that? Okay, all right. Yep.
I guess we can say it, yeah, but they say 2-minute timeout. So Harker Heights has 2 timeouts left. They're trailing 26-31. Again, your Tigers 1 timeout left. Dripping Springs just needs a first down to really start to force some things. Bunch formation on the right side. There's the snap, sweep play to the right. Has some running room. Across the 45 goes Goda. So Dripping Springs able to find some room there. Going to be short of the first down. Harker Heights going to take a timeout, but we're going to go ahead and stay here. So gets Goda up to, I believe, the 47-yard line. So 3rd and short. All right, now I don't know. My Aggie math isn't helping me here. So one more timeout with the first down. 40-80. That's 120. Yeah, I think if the Tigers get a first down, they could kneel it here.
They should
I think
be.
so.
Yeah,
I think so.
I think you're right.
But we'll see.
Harker Heights with 1 remaining. I think Dripping Springs is going to come out of this ball game, Craig, having learned a lot and having experienced a lot of stuff in this game that will help them down the road. They experienced some adversity. They got to the cusp of the goal line and gave up a turnover, and so they've had to learn to fight their way out of some bad situations here tonight. The kicker, Ian French, that's a pretty big field goal that he hit down there.
And you want to have that experience for your kicker.
Please.
Right, so far Goda in the second half, 10 carries, 27 yards. So it has been tough sledding, but you talked about Goda only having 5 carries in the first half, 10 here in the second half. 3rd down and 4 for the Tigers.
Well, and on 2 of those carries, he ended up in the end zone.
Yes, he did, my friend. Yes, he did.
That kind of matters, too.
All right, jumbo set for the Tigers. They only have 1 receiver in. They've got 2 backs behind Ames. Ames at the line of scrimmage. Now Dripping Springs looking over to the sideline for the play call. Now they move, it looks like. Frankenchetta out. Nope, Tigers going to take a timeout. Well, with 2 timeouts at one time, we'll go ahead and take one with them, folks. Stay tuned. You're listening to Tiger Football on KDRP.
Communicare is a proud supporter of high school football coverage.
They call the timeout and like to go with a 4-receiver look here. Now they're going to empty the backfield. Ames, your quarterback, he's got Goda to his right. There's the snap, going to be a screen pass for Reed, and it's incomplete. Actually, sorry, that was Mateo Perez. So he throws that one incomplete. It's going to be 4th down now. Tigers going to be forced to bring out their punt team.
Oh, man, you just hate to see the clock stopped in that situation there, Craig.
Hey, you'd love to force Harker Heights to take their last time out. They do have 1 remaining with 1:52 left here in this ball game. So right there, Mateo Perez's pass incomplete. They were setting up that screen play for Cooper Reed over on the left side. Ball is at the 47. Mateo Perez at the 32. Return man is at the 15. There's the snap. Nice snap. Perez going to get his leg into this one. It's a beaut, folks. Return man stepping up to the 20, and he's hit right at the 20. Again, this Tiger special teams in coverage doing their job.
Yeah, that looked like, get the number down there, that looked like Miles Kennedy on the play. Miles had a really good game last week, and he certainly came up with a big tackle there now. And I can't think of a more worthy unit to leave the ball game into the hands of than that Tigers defense. They've certainly come to play here in the 4th period.
That's right, they sure have. Here we are, 1:44 left to play. Dripping Springs up 31-26. 1st down and 10 Knights. Ball at their own 21. There's the snap. Humble going to pass on the swing pass out to this right side, across the 20, 25, has running room 30, 35, 40 before he's knocked out of bounds. So Harker Heights able to break that swing pass for a big gain. First down and 10, Knights at the 40. 134 left to play. Again, they're going to need a touchdown. A field goal is not going to do it as the Tigers lead 31-26.
Colton Tripp with a game-saving play, perhaps pushing him out of bounds on that far sideline.
First down and 10, Harker Heights. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Tight end to the left side. There's the snap. Again, another pass for Humble on the slot. That seam route right there, but it's incomplete. So that stops the clock with 1:31 to play. Second down and 10 now.
Trying to hit Span over the middle. He made a pretty good throw that time, but Colton Tripp again was in there and able to break up the pass.
Colby Hands again coming in at defensive end. 1:31 left in the ball game. Humble's got the snap, back to pass, throwing another screen play. It's complete, but there's a flag down. I think they're going to get Harker Heights for holding there. It's going to be a gain of about 6, but it really looked like that defensive back was held on that swing pass. Waiting to see what the official's going to call. Z is saying accept, so we're going to assume it's going to be a hold. Coach Z's already saying accept. There's the official, so it says illegal man downfield, actually.
Well, on those little wide receiver screens, sometimes they run a big guy out there
far down, yep.
Down there in the flat.
So it is illegal man downfield against Harker Heights. So penalty's going to back them up. They're not going to get the gain. 1:23 left. Harker Heights still has its timeout, with your Dripping Springs Tigers leading 31-26.
And you just hold your breath every time some of these skill position players get the ball in their hands. Any of them can take it the distance, man.
Yeah, I tell you what, this has been a really interesting, we've talked about how fast and how well this Tiger team pursues, and they've had to pursue all night here. So second down and 15, illegal man downfield. It's only a 5-yard penalty. Second and 15 for the Knights. 1:19, clock is running. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Ball on the right hash. Humble's going up to his line. I don't know if they know the clock is running or not. It's down to 1:09 now. Tigers backing off a little in coverage. There's the snap. Humble looking left after the snap. Looking left, throwing left. Intercepted! It's Gage De Los Santos with the pick. And folks, that's going to be your ball game right there.
How about that De Los Santos with his 3rd pick of the season, Craig? His 3rd one in 2 weeks, actually. And he saves the game right there at the end for the Dripping Springs Tigers. What a play.
This Tiger defense able to stand strong again as Hudson Humble throws it right into the hands of little D-Lo, Gage De Los Santos, and he's able to save the game for the Tigers. 56 seconds left here in this ball game, and Dripping Springs goes victory formation.
How about that? Woo, woo, we can breathe now a little bit. What a game. And Ryan Shue, how do you like that? There's a little going away present for you, brother.
So there we go. 49 seconds left. Harker Heights does elect to take their timeout. So we're, I think, one more victory formation snap away from an official Tiger win. We'll stay here. You know, Mike, I think, before we get to the post-game show, this Dripping Springs defense, I think, has answered a lot of questions tonight, because this Harker Heights team, very challenging, averaging 55 points a game. Tigers come in, only give up 26, but what I love to see, it's always how you answer the bell, right? And this Dripping Springs defense able to answer the bell. Harker Heights scores 10 points in the 3rd, and then after that, they have been stonewalled by this Tiger defense.
Absolutely shut out. I mean, they scored 6 in the first quarter, 10 in the second, 10 in the third, and you're exactly right. Exactly when Dripping Springs needed big-time defense, that's when they got it in the 4th period.
Well, and to me, that was always like the test of character and leadership. And this is why, Dripping Springs plans this non-district schedule, because you want to test yourself.
Absolutely.
And this, by far one of the strongest tests against what I consider to be an excellent Harker Heights team. So, again, 54 seconds still on the clock. They reset the game clock based on the timeout. So maybe 2 victory formation snaps for Dripping Springs. I like it.
Great win.
I play that NCAA whatever, 26 on the video game thing, and I play with my son sometimes. And when you do a victory formation on there, if they know that you can kneel it enough times, they just let the clock go turbo mode, and then it's over. Yeah, it's real nice. I wish they do that here. But they're not going to.
Exactly right. Oh, man, what a win this was for Dripping Springs. And we'll talk about it, of course, in our Communicare Health Center's postgame show. But Galen Zimmerman's also going to be able to have a lot of talking points when they look at the film over the weekend. But the main talking point is going to be, fellas, according to the scoreboard, we're 3-0, and that's the most important thing of all.
Well, you kind of love getting to stand for that adversity if you're the Dripping Springs staff, because it's answering the bell. And I tell you what, on one hand, we might not have loved some of the things we've seen, but we also do love some of the things, especially from this Tiger defense. Well, that's the ball game, folks. Final score, Dripping Springs 31, Harker Heights 26. Stay tuned for the Communicare Healthcare Center's post-game show here on KDRP and the Sun Radio Sports Network.
Support for high school football comes from AutoNation Chevrolet, offering a wide range of Chevrolet vehicles like the Silverado, the Colorado, and the Equinox. Get an online appraisal at AutoNationChevroletWestAustin.com with details on buying, selling, or trading in your car, available in-store at 183 and Duval.
And by Amy's Ice Creams in Dripping Springs. Win or lose, after each home game, enjoy a selection of unique ice cream flavors, including the Tiger Bomb Combo. Eat your feelings the sweet way at Amy's Ice Creams in Dripping Springs. Amy's is a proud supporter of Tiger football.
And by the Belterra Village Shopping Center, providing retail, office, and residential space in the Dripping Springs community. Located between Dripping Springs and Austin on Highway 290. Let's go Tigers!
Tickets are available at the door. Remember, do not leave your vehicle on campus overnight.
Listen to what we got. Dripping Springs got on the board first when Jason Goda scored on an 8-yard run with 7:30 left to play in the first quarter. Ian French's extra point gave Dripping Springs a 7-0 lead at that point. Harker Heights came back with a touchdown. It was Eric Young on a 20-yard touchdown pass from Hudson Humble. The extra point was no good, and with 5:11 left to play in the first quarter, our score was Dripping Springs 7 and the Knights of Harker Heights 6. That's how the first quarter ended, with Dripping Springs with a 1-point lead. Tigers then got on the board again when Cooper Reed scored on a 22-yard touchdown strike from Chase Ames. French's extra point came with 11:47 left to play in the second quarter, gave Dripping Springs a 14-6 lead at that point. Tigers then scored again on the second Goda touchdown run, this one from 9 yards out. French's extra point wasn't an American extra point, it was a French extra point. I just like to say that.
The extra point.
I don't know. Yes, it's dad joke number 100. 9:16 left to play in the second quarter. Dripping led at that point by a score of 21-6. But Harker Heights wouldn't go away. It was Jalen Ross on a 65-yard touchdown run, and boy, that was something else. Oakley Goins with the extra point at the 7:44 mark of the second quarter, and Dripping Springs' lead was cut to 21-13, and then Goins